I always say it is not Pastor Richard thing. It's not Mama Helen thing. This movement was started with Jesus Christ. So I realized that God had called me in the ministry after I gave my life to Christ when I was on the way going for medication. I started realizing there is something God has done in my life and it has changed me tremendously. And I realized, too much has been invested in me, too much shall be required from me. Before I finished the Bible school is when I had the call of God calling me to go to Kitale. And I could see just people hopeless, people they don't know the Lord. Some of them, they have never seen the Bible. Then I realized, I need to do something. So after 1 year, I started doing evangelism. And I remember very well, we had 2 people who were coming from far, from Mount Elgon. They could walk about 45 to 60 kilometers just to hear me speaking. When I realized that, I was like, I will come to you. You don't need to come. And we have 3 tribes in Mount Elgon. They believe the mountain belongs to them. So any tribe that could go there, they could chase them and kill them. So I went there, and preachers, they were afraid to go there. The only place we could meet on the mountain was under the tree because nobody was welcoming us. And when we found that place on that hill, we decided to fellowship there, and we started praying God to provide a property right there where we can put a Bible training center. I never knew that that was a place, the same place where they used to plan the killings to go and kill the people in Mount Elgon. That made me just to be broken, God changing a killing spot to be a place of giving life. When I met my wife the first time, she was still in the school, in high school, and we never knew that we would get married one of these days. She was in Kitale because of medication. She had been involved in a road accident. But my wife was so open to me. She was like, I've been involved in a road accident and the doctors have given me 2 years to live. And I don't know what to do with marriage, You may be speaking to a wrong person. Ask my wife, if God allows you to live more than 2 years, is there anything you like to tell God? If you allow me to live, I'll do this for you. And she started crying. And she said that I have gone through a lot of torture when I was young. If God allows me to live, all days of my life, I want to pour in that those children that are undergoing abuse and torture. Having the church in town, one of these ladies coming in town, and she comes in our church and she was starving to death. And every Sunday she could ask us to give her food. So when we went, we found ourselves in the midst of one big slum in Kitale. The children could smell the food that we were carrying. And a bunch of kids came to us and they surrounded us, they holded our hands, and all they were asking was food. I could see that child that is naked. It's like Jesus speaking to me. I'm the one who is naked. That child who is dying, Jesus speaking to me. I'm the one who is starving. I'm the one who is thirsty. I could see a really picture of Jesus in that slum. We went to town. We bought some drinks, some bread. We came back to give to those kids. When we went back in our house, it was just a mess. We never knew we were getting ourselves in something weird. And my wife, I don't know what was taking place, but she came and grasped my hand and she started crying. And she was like, remember, I made a vow before the Lord that God, if you give me life, I'll pour my life all days in the life of kids who are passing through abuse and torture. We were like, what shall we do? We don't have a lot, but at least we have something. We cannot feed all of people, but at least we can feed the children. We cannot feed them every day, but at least we can feed them 1 day per week. We never knew ourselves. That was the beginning of the orphanage. So from 9 children, now we have 220 children in the orphanage. It's just amazing what God is doing right now. It's a long story, but there is where we are, and it's like we are still in the beginning.